Obviously, we played a fantastic football team in Clemson. My hat goes off to Coach Dabo Sweeney. Unbelievable team, offensively, defensively, kicking game. Definitely a team that's worthy of their ranking, and I wish them the best of luck on their goal to win a national championship. Questions?
Dino, what's Eric's status right now?
Medical people haven't given me the total deal. They just said he couldn't come back into the game.
Mo Neal, same thing.
Exact same thing. I think Mo Neal should be okay based off of my limited knowledge of what goes on, but I think he'll be all right, but we don't know for sure.
Is this just one that injury when you see Eric go down, and how things change for you offensively, and how things change too for the mindset of the team at that point when Eric's out?
Well, I don't think the mindset of the team changed, but I do think that anytime you lose your starting quarterback on an offense that's geared towards the pass, then it's going to be a dramatic change. And until we build the depth and all that stuff up with our program, I mean, that's going to happen. When you're in a complicated passing offense, you don't have time to sometimes give the 2s and 3s as many reps as they should get, but they will get a lot more based off of what happens with his injury now. But it's pretty typical even in the NFL. You lose your starting quarterback early in the game, it normally doesn't work out well for you.
Is this also one of those games where you take it and say, this is where we want to be one day, and we have to take this whole journey to get there?
Fantastic question. I mean, there's a part of the fourth quarter there when I'm just sitting there and I'm just surveying, and I'm like, now that you know what the top of the mountain is, now you can have a plan to get there. You see what their D-line looks like, you see what their safeties look like, you know what to go get, like a hunting dog. Once you got the odor, you know what in the hell to go get, and we'll do a much better job. And I'm kind of, it's disappointing, but yet it's exciting because we know what we're shooting for now, and we're shooting for a doggone good football team in Clemson.
Before Mo got hurt, he'd give you a couple of chunk plays, talk about his progress as a freshman.
We don't even look at him as a freshman anymore. We look at him like a sophomore now. He's getting better and better and better. Physically, he's not exactly where he wants to be, but once he gets in the weight room and he catches up, lets his body catch up with some of his natural skills, he'll be a good player for us.
Why'd you bring in Austin Wilson instead of Zach Mahoney, and what you think of this?
Well, because Austin was the next guy that we were going to bring in on that situation. Now, both of those guys play, and then we got to determine based off of how they play, if we're going to play with one of those guys and Eric can't go, then who's going to be the next guy.
What do you think of his performance?
I have to look at the tape.
So the medical staff just told you Dungy couldn't play?
I just said that. That's exactly what they said to me.
Didn't you ask why?
Yes, I did.
Just his history of concussions, were you specifically looking at that hit?
No, he got hit by his shoulder. He didn't get a helmet-to-helmet hit. That's why it wasn't a targeting call. That was his shoulder that hit him.
How difficult do you think it might be for this team to flush what happened here and get back focused on
that's what good football teams do. We've got to be able to flush it. It's some of the things we talked about after the game. You just don't ever want a team to beat you twice. And it happens with young people, 18 to 22 years of age. But we're on top of it. We addressed it right after the game. We've got an opportunity for a fantastic season, and we need to bury this one right here, and we've got to get on to our next opponent.
Cole Murphy missed another field goal today. How worried are you about this with that season?
You know what? It was disappointing that he missed that. There's no doubt, but we still have complete confidence in Cole.
Time for a couple more questions. Did you talk to Eric? Did you have a feeling on how he's doing?
I have not had an opportunity to talk to Eric yet.
Any other questions for Coach?
Have you adjusted the concussion policy at Syracuse since arriving?
Me? Adjust? I have no control over that. That's all medical people.
Last question for Coach.
Just when Austin, was first in the game, the first time you got to talk to him, first huddle, third timeout, just what did you say to him? Any meaningful words to him?
I can't remember exactly that. I honestly can't remember.
Coach, you said you were looking forward to coming down here and taking this whole thing in, the environment, the pageantry. Obviously, the game didn't go the way you wanted to, but your impressions of what this place is all about.
This is a big time venue. This is a big time place. The noise was deafening, and we had to get used to it a little bit in the beginning, but the kids picked it up. But to play in front of a crowd like this at every home game, that's a dream. And I think the kids really feed off that energy. And that's where we want to get. That's where we want to get at Syracuse University, where we play in front of a full house and we have the opportunities for big wins like this against big opponents on a national stage.
You said the situation kind of dictated putting Austin in. What about it, be it the game plan for Clemson specifically, you being down a little bit, what about that situation made it right for you to put Austin in your decision?
We just decided that Austin would be the best person at that situation.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you.